Hello friends, my name is Mohammad Imran. I am a second year MBBS student. So in this video, we are going to discuss about chlamydia. It is a very important topic for microbiology exam. So if you are a second year MBBS student, I would recommend you to watch this video from start to end for better understanding. So let's start with chlamydia. Chlamydia is an obligate intracellular organism and it is gram-negative, poorly gram-negative bacteria. It cannot grow on artificial media. It grows on cell line, egg or by mice inoculation. It is filterable and produce inclusion bodies. The important point regarding chlamydia, it produces inclusion body like viruses. It has both RNA and DNA. It possesses modified peptidoglycans. It cannot produce their own ATP, so they are dependent on the host. So that's why it is called as energy dependent parasites. The life cycle consists of two phases. First one is the elementary body and second one is reticulate body. It can exist in both the phases, and the differences between elementary body and reticulate body. Elementary body is an extracellular form and reticulate body is an intracellular form. Elementary body is infectious and reticulate body is replicating. You can remember it by R for R. Reticulate body is replicating and E for E. Elementary body is extracellular form. And elementary body is metabolically inactive. Reticulate body is metabolically active. It has a rigid cell wall and the cell wall in reticulate body is fragile. Small size, reticulate body is considerably larger size and electron dense nucleoid, no electron dense nucleoid, and DNA is equal to RNA. The amount of DNA is equal to the amount of RNA present in elementary body, whereas RNA content is greater in reticulate body. The difference between elementary body and reticulate body, the important point here is it is extracellular form, it is intracellular form, and elementary body is infectious and reticulate body is replicating form. Now coming to the antigens that is present in chlamydia. First one is lipopolysaccharide. It is genus specific and it is used for complement fixation test. And the second one is envelope surface antigen. It is species specific. Genus specific is LPS, lipopolysaccharide, and the third one is major outer membrane protein. It is serotype specific. We would study about this later. There are three antigen: LPS, envelope surface antigen, and major outer membrane proteins. Now coming to the species of chlamydia. The first one is Chlamydia trachomatis. The most important one is Chlamydia trachomatis. The second one is Chlamydophila psittaci, and the third one is Chlamydophila pneumonia. There are two biovars in Chlamydia trachomatis. The first one is Trich and the second one is LGV, Lymphogranuloma venereum. In Trich we have serotype A, B, BA and C, and the second one is D2K. In LGV we have L1, L2, L3. So the serotypes that we have to remember here is A, B, BA, C and D2K and L1, L2, L3. The Chlamydophila psittaci, the disease caused by Chlamydophila psittaci is psittacosis. It is an atypical pneumonia and there is no man-to-man transmission in psittacosis. The disease produces psittacosis, it is atypical pneumonia and there is no man-to-man transmission. The third one is Chlamydophila pneumonia. It is called as TWAR agent. The full form is Taiwan Acute Respiratory Agent, that is TWAR agent. It causes community acquired atypical pneumonia, same as Chlamydophila psittaci, and it is also associated with atherosclerosis and asthma. The most important, we have to focus on Chlamydia trachomatis. In Chlamydophila psittaci we have to remember the disease and some basic points about Chlamydophila pneumonia. So let's now focus on Chlamydia trachomatis. In Chlamydia trachomatis, now we are going to study about serotype A, B, BA and C. These serotype causes trachoma. The mode of transmission of trachoma is transmitted through direct contact, that is by finger, or by indirect contact through contaminated clothes or flies. In trachoma there is chronic conjunctivitis. The 4 points that you have to remember here is follicular hypertrophy, papillary hyperplasia, pannus and cicatrization. The chronic conjunctivitis. In trachoma we are going to see chronic conjunctivitis. The 4 points that we have to remember regarding chronic conjunctivitis is follicular hypertrophy, papillary hyperplasia, pannus, and cicatrization. Now coming to the stages of trachoma, the first stage is inflammation and the second stage is intense inflammation. In third stage we are going to see eyelid scarring, and in fourth stage we are going to see ingrown eyelashes. So these are the four stages that we have to remember in trachoma. First one is inflammation, second one is intense inflammation, third one is eyelid scarring, and fourth one is ingrown eyelashes. Trachoma is the leading cause of preventable infectious blindness worldwide. The most important point here is trachoma causes blindness, and the inclusion body that we are going to see in chlamydia trachomatis serotype A, B, BA and C is HP, that is Halber-Steiniter-Prowaczek. The inclusion body that we are going to see is HP body, Halber-Steiniter-Prowaczek. Now coming to the second serotype, that is serotype D to K, chlamydia trachomatis serotype D2K. It causes STD, sexually transmitted disease, non-gonococcal urethritis. It is spread through sexually transmitted, and it causes non-gonococcal urethritis. The most important point here is NGU. It causes NGU, that is non-gonococcal urethritis, and post-gonococcal urethritis, PGU. And it also causes pelvic inflammatory disease and acute epididymitis. And the second important point regarding chlamydia trachomatis serotype D2K is inclusion conjunctivitis. In adults we are going to see swimming pool conjunctivitis, and in neonates we are going to see ophthalmic neonatorium. It also causes infant pneumonia. Chlamydia trachomatis serotype D2K also causes infant pneumonia. The complication that we are going to see in chlamydia trachomatis is Reiter syndrome and Fitzhugh-Curtis syndrome. So the important point here is it is STD and non-gonococcal urethritis, inclusion conjunctivitis, swimming pool conjunctivitis in adult, and ophthalmic neonatorium in neonates. Now coming to chlamydia trachomatis serotype L1, L2 and L3. The disease caused is lymphogranuloma venereum, LGV. It is also an STD, and the most common serotype that we have to remember is L2. The clinical features that we are going to see in lymphogranuloma venereum are painless ulcer and painful lymph node increases. If it is in inguinal canal, then it is called bubo, and osteomon. Osteomon is elephantiasis of vulva, and it also causes rectal stricture. The important point that we have to remember is painless ulcer, painful lymph node increases, and osteomon. Osteomon means elephantiasis of vulva, and rectal stricture. The last important point that we have to remember in lymphogranuloma venereum is Frye test is positive in lymphogranuloma venereum. Now coming to the lab diagnosis of chlamydia. The specimens we have to take is ocular, urethral, vaginal, cervical. Now coming to the microscopy, in gram staining, if we do gram staining, there would be sterile pyuria, and as we know that it is poorly gram negative bacteria. The other stains we can use this Castaneda, Machiavello and Gimenez stains. Now coming to the important point, that is inclusion bodies. In psittacosis. In psittacosis we are going to see LCL body. That LCL means Levinthal-Cole-Lilly body. LCL body is seen as psittacosis, and Miyagawa corpuscle is seen in LGV. Miyagawa corpuscle is seen in LGV, and HP, that is Halber-Steiniter-Prowaczek body, is seen in trachoma. We can stain this inclusion body with all these stains. The first one is LCL body, Levinthal-Cole-Lilly body, it is seen in psittacosis. Second one is Miyagawa corpuscle, it is seen in LGV, that is lymphogranuloma venereum. And the third one is HP, Halber-Steiniter-Prowaczek body, it is seen in trachoma. The most important one is trachoma, Halber-Steiniter-Prowaczek body. Now coming to the culture, we can, as we know that we cannot culture on artificial media, but we can culture on by mice inoculation, yolk sac inoculation and cell culture inoculation. The most important one is cell culture inoculation by McCoy cells and HeLa. And Hep2 for chlamydophilia pneumonia, it is also called TWAR, it causes community acquired atypical pneumonia. And now coming to the antigen detection, we can detect the antigen by enzyme immunoassay. And serology, we have to remember two important points. The first one is CFT and micro immunofluorescence test, micro IF test and CFT. We can also do nucleic acid amplification test, NAT, that is PCR, the most gold standard test for finding chlamydia. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more videos related to medical field.